Relationships should not be about chasing shadows. There is a kind of love that makes a person run until they forget where home is. It begins with a spark, a glance, a message, a laugh that feels like a promise. And then, somewhere along the way, I find myself chasing a shadow. Not a person who is fully present, not a relationship built on mutual effort, but the outline of what I hoped they might become. I have chased that shadow before. I have chased delayed replies and called it mystery. I have chased mixed signals and called them chemistry. I have chased emotional distance and called it depth. I have chased someone's potential so fiercely that I stopped paying attention to their actual behavior. I believe that is where many hearts get lost, not in love, but in the pursuit of love that keeps moving farther away. A shadow cannot hold me. It cannot meet me halfway. It cannot build a home with me. It only appears when there is light behind something solid, and yet I can spend years trying to catch it, forgetting that the real person is either walking beside me or they are not. Relationships should not be scavenger hunts for crumbs of attention. They should not feel like auditions where I must keep proving I am worthy of basic care. They should not require me to decode silence, explain away disrespect, or perform emotional gymnastics, just to feel chosen for one more day. I believe love can be challenging, but it should not be confusing by design. There is a difference between the natural uncertainty of two people getting to know each other and the chronic instability of someone who only offers enough affection to keep me hoping. The first asks for patience. The second demands that I abandon myself. I used to think intensity was proof that something was real. If I could not stop thinking about someone, if my heart raced when their name appeared on my phone, if one message could make my entire day and one silence could ruin it, I believed it had to be love. But I have learned that emotional chaos can feel like chemistry when my nervous system has become used to uncertainty. I believe peace is not boring. Peace is unfamiliar to people who have only known emotional survival. A healthy relationship does not make me wonder every morning whether I matter. It does not make me shrink my needs, so I seem easier to love. It does not make me apologize for asking for honesty, consistency, time, affection, or respect. It does not leave me refreshing my phone like it contains the verdict on my worth. Real love is not a courtroom where I'm always defending my value. It is a home where I can exhale. That does not mean the right relationship will be effortless. Two human beings bring histories, fears, scars, habits, expectations, and imperfect communication into the same space. There will be misunderstandings. There will be hard conversations. There will be moments when I have to choose humility over ego and understanding over being right. But mutual effort feels different than chasing. Mutual effort has movement from both sides. There is a call returned, a plan made, a question asked, a concern addressed, an apology offered, a door opened, a hand extended. I do not have to drag the entire relationship forward while the other person watches from a distance. I believe the right person will not make me do all the emotional labor just to keep the connection alive. For too long, I may have confused availability with compatibility. Just because I am attracted to someone does not mean they are able to love me well. Just because they are exciting does not mean they are safe. Just because they are beautiful, charming, successful, wounded, interesting, or familiar does not mean they are aligned with the life I want to build. I cannot date potential while ignoring patterns. Potential is seductive because it allows me to imagine the future I want. I look at someone and see who they could be if they healed, matured, committed, communicated, changed, chose differently, or finally recognized my value. And I can become so loyal to that imaginary future that I betray the reality right in front of me. I believe I must love people for who they are, not who I can convince myself they might someday become. That does not mean people cannot grow. They can. We all can. But I cannot force growth, wait endlessly for a promise to become a pattern, or build my future on someone else's unfinished work. Their healing is their responsibility. Their readiness is their decision. Their effort is their choice. My responsibility is to see clearly. The truth can hurt, but confusion hurts longer. When someone wants to be in my life, I should not have to make a case for why I deserve a place in theirs. I should not have to become less honest, less emotional, less ambitious, less expressive, or less myself just to avoid losing them. I should not have to live in fear that one wrong word will make them disappear. I believe love should expand my sense of self, not slowly erase it. That is why boundaries matter. Boundaries are not an ultimatum designed to control another person. They are a declaration of how I will protect my peace. They are me saying, I cannot make you communicate, but I can decide what kind of communication I will accept. They are me saying, I cannot force you to respect me, but I can choose not to remain where disrespect is normal. I used to fear boundaries because I thought they would push people away. Now I understand that boundaries do not push away the right people, they reveal the wrong ones. The right person may not always agree with every limit I set, but they will care enough to understand it. They will not punish me for having needs. They will not call my self-respect selfishness. They will not label my desire for clarity as drama. I believe the person who loves me will not ask me to become invisible so they can remain comfortable, and I have to offer the same in return. This is not a chapter about blaming the other person. It is also about taking responsibility for the shadows I chase. Why did I remain when the signs were clear? Why did I accept so little? Why did I confuse being needed with being loved? Why did I keep trying to earn what should have been offered freely? Sometimes I chase shadows because I am afraid that real love will never come. Sometimes I am trying to prove that I am finally enough by winning the affection of someone emotionally unavailable. Sometimes I am repeating an old wound, hoping that this time the person who withdraws will turn around and choose me. I believe the relationship I keep chasing may be connected to a part of me that still needs healing. That is not an accusation, it is an invitation. I can sit with that question gently. I can ask what I learned about love growing up. Did I learn that I had to work for attention? Did I learn that affection was unpredictable? Did I learn that conflict meant abandonment? Did I learn that my needs were too much? Did I become so used to crumbs that a full meal feels suspicious? Healing does not mean I never feel attracted to complicated people again. It means I stop calling chaos my destiny. I begin to recognize that my heart deserves more than occasional access to someone else's affection. I deserve a relationship where I can speak honestly without being treated as a burden. I deserve someone who is not perfect, but present. Someone who is not flawless, but faithful in effort. Someone whose words and actions recognize each other. I believe consistency is one of the most romantic things a person can offer. It may not look dramatic from the outside, it may not create the kind of story people obsess over in movies, but there is something breathtaking about someone who does what they say. Someone who calls when they said they would. Someone who handles conflict without disappearing. Someone who chooses me in private as clearly as they choose me in public. Someone who makes room for me in their real life, not only in the spaces left over after everything else. That is not boring, that is rare. Relationships should not be about winning someone over. They should be about discovering whether two people can walk toward the same horizon without either one having to beg the other to keep up. I want a relationship where pursuit becomes partnership. At the beginning, there may be attraction, flirting, curiosity, and the beautiful uncertainty of discovering one another. But eventually, the goal is not to chase forever. The goal is to arrive at mutual choice. To look at one another and say, in word and action, I am here, I am willing, I am building with you. I believe that is what commitment feels like. Not a cage, but a clear decision. When I stop chasing shadows, I create room for someone real. I stop spending all my energy decoding a person who refuses to communicate. I stop shrinking myself around someone who only values me when I am convenient. I stop treating temporary attention like permanent love, and I start returning to myself. I return to my friends, my health, my work, my faith, my creativity, my rest, and my purpose. I remember that I was a whole person before this connection entered my life, and I will remain a whole person whether it stays or leaves. I believe love should complement my life, not consume it. A relationship can be beautiful, meaningful, passionate, and deeply important without becoming the only source of meaning I have. When I make another person my entire world, I hand them a responsibility they never asked for, and I make myself vulnerable to losing everything if they leave. But when I build a life I respect, I can love from abundance rather than panic. I can choose someone because they add to my peace, not because I am desperate for an escape from my emptiness. I can walk away when I need to, not because I am cold, but because I finally understand that self-abandonment is not loyalty. There will be times when letting go feels like loss. It is loss. I may miss the person, the hope, the imagined future, the memories, the way they made me feel on the good days. I do not have to pretend it does not hurt. But I do not want pain to trick me into returning to a situation that repeatedly broke my spirit. I believe missing someone does not always mean I am meant to be with them. Sometimes I miss the idea of being chosen. Sometimes I miss the fantasy more than the reality. Sometimes I miss a version of myself that existed before I had to accept the truth. And truth, even painful truth, can become freedom. The day I stop chasing shadows is the day I begin to see clearly. I stop searching for hidden meaning in inconsistent behavior. I stop turning mixed signals into love letters. I stop blaming myself for somebody else's inability or unwillingness to show up. I become more honest. I ask, is this relationship mutual? Is it respectful? Is it peaceful more often than painful? Is it helping me become more myself or teaching me to disappear? Is the love I am offering being met with care, effort, and truth? If the answer is no, I do not have to hate anyone. I simply have to stop running after what refuses to walk beside me. I believe the right relationship will not require me to lose my dignity to prove my devotion. It will not ask me to compete for basic respect. It will not reward me only when I accept less than I deserve. It will meet me, not perfectly, but sincerely. And when it does, I will recognize the difference. My heart will not have to live in a state of emergency. My mind will not have to keep guessing. My soul will not have to beg for peace. Love will feel less like a chase through darkness and more like two people choosing to step into the light together. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.